Miss April.
Oh, hi, Billy.
What's the lesson about today?
We're going to learn about King Abijah and King Asa.
Oh,
Is something wrong?
I was kind of hoping you'd talk some more about generosity.
I think we covered that subject pretty well last time.
Well, I reckon Beulah needs to hear some more about it.
Really? She seemed to be understanding the importance of being generous by the end of last week's lesson.
Yeah, the importance of other people being generous to her. This whole week, whenever I started watching the Braves on TV, she'd come in and want me to let her watch something else. And when there was just one cookie left, she didn't even want to break it in half. She wanted me to give her the whole thing. She kept saying, "You heard what Miss April said about being generous."
Goodness! Sounds like she didn't understand last week's lesson after all.
No. The only thing she wanted to be generous with was our little brother, Booger Ray. We're supposed to take turns watching him after school while Mama makes dinner, and she kept saying on her days, "Billy, I'm going to practice generosity by letting you babysit Booger Ray."
Oh no! From everything I've heard about your little brother, extra days of babysitting him wouldn't be very fun.
No. Oh, and last night when Mama and Daddy were distracted cleaning up some juice Booger Ray spilled, Beulah scraped all her Brussels sprouts onto my plate. She whispered that she was generously sharing with me. Then Mama gave her a big old piece of pie for dessert, and I couldn't have none till I finished all my veggies, which were really her veggies. You reckon you could tell her how that ain't how it's supposed to work? Miss April, you done made a generosity monster.
Yes, the next time I see her, I'll remind her that you should only be generous with good things that people want, and that you shouldn't try to force others to be generous to you.
Oh, good.
Where is Beulah?
The last time I saw her, she was out in the hallway telling Steffi she needed to be generous and let her borrow Steffi's favorite pink dress. She might be helping in the preschool class. I guess it wouldn't have done any good to talk about generosity some more today.
Well, let's get to today's lesson.
Oh, right. Why are we learning about so many kings, Miss April?
Well, one reason we're studying the kings of Judah is because they are listed in the genealogy of Jesus in the first chapter of the book of Matthew. They are the ones in the legal family tree.
Was there an illegal family tree?
No. Do you remember at Christmas time when we talked about how Jesus is God's son and Joseph was just his earthly father?
Yeah.
Well, the kings of Judah, from David down to the second to last king, Jeconiah, were all ancestors of Joseph. Joseph was legally Jesus' father, even though he wasn't his actual father.
Oh, okay. I remember you saying that God made Jesus with only a mama.
That's right. Her name was Mary. Her family tree is listed in the book of Luke. She was also descended from David, but after David, her ancestors are different.
Different how?
Joseph's ancestor was David's son, Solomon, but Mary's ancestor was another one of David's sons named Nathan. He was Solomon's brother.
So only David was a king in Jesus' real family tree?
Yes.
So why are we learning about all the rest of those kings, Miss April?
Well, there are many great stories related to them, and we can learn a lot from those stories, both what we should do and not do.
Oh, right. Like don't make a gold idol that looks like a cow and worship it instead of God.
Yes, although that was something that the king of Israel did. Do you remember that after Solomon there were 2 kingdoms and 2 kings?
Yeah, 'cause Solomon's son wanted everybody to keep working and building stuff, but everybody was tired of working so much.
Yes, that's very good, Billy. The southern part, called Judah, kept David's descendants as their king, and the rest of Israel became known as the northern kingdom and had their own king.
That northern guy made the idols that look like baby cows.
Right, and Jeroboam was just the first in a long line of evil kings in the northern kingdom. There wasn't a single one who followed God.
Nobody?
Nope. But in the southern kingdom, there were some good kings and some bad ones.
Good uns like King Hezekiah and King Josiah?
Yes, and even some like Solomon and his son Rehoboam, who started out doing what was right and then did bad things later, like worshiping idols.
Were the kings we're learning about today good or bad?
Well, there's one of each. After Rehoboam, who was David's grandson, reigned over the southern kingdom for 17 years, his son Abijah became the next king.
Was he the good one?
No, he was bad and only got to be king for 3 years.
Oh, that seems kind of short.
Yes, it was. But even though he was not faithful to God, God was faithful to him for David's sake.
What you mean?
God had promised David that his family would continue to rule, so he helped Abijah in a battle against Jeroboam and the northern kingdom.
What kind of battle?
Not a dance battle, a military battle, like a war.
Oh,
They were outnumbered 2-1.
well, at least it wasn't a blowout.
What?
Sounds like they were pretty evenly matched. In our last baseball game against the Rockets, we beat them 2-1.
No, Billy, I'm talking about the number of soldiers in this battle.
Oh, I didn't realize there was going to be math involved today, Miss April. Let me get out my phone. It's got a calculator on it.
Oh, you don't need a calculator. I just meant that there were 2 soldiers of the enemy for every one of Abijah's soldiers.
Oh, okay.
That reminds me, Billy. What did you decide to do about that math tutoring class at school?
I decided to go to it, but then I found out it's only on Tuesday and Thursday, so I still get to go to recess on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the extra tutoring is helping you?
Maybe like 85%.
Wow, that much? That's really good.
Oh, 85% is a lot? I meant to say it was just helping a smidgen. I've realized there's 3 types of people in the world, Miss April.
What are they?
Those who are good at math and those who ain't.
What's the other type?
What you mean?
I thought you said there were 3 types.
Right. Those who are good at math and those who ain't.
Let's get back to the lesson.
Okay, so there were a whole bunch more of the enemy guys than the king's guys? Abijah?
Abijah. Yes, there were 800,000 of Jeroboam's men from the northern kingdom and only 400,000 from the southern kingdom of Judah.
What'd they do?
They trusted God to help them. King Abijah stood on a mountain and shouted across to Jeroboam. He pointed out how Jeroboam had brought the 2 golden cow idols which they had been worshiping to the battle, but Judah was trusting in the real God.
Oh, they were gonna win for sure.
Well, it didn't look like it at first. The northern kingdom of Israel sent an ambush.
What kind of bush? My mama's got a snowball bush. It's got big old round white flowers on it that look like snowballs. We ain't supposed to be picking them off and throwing them at each other though. I sure don't want to make my mama cry again.
No, don't do that. But it wasn't a bush. It was an ambush with an AM at the beginning.
What's that?
It's a secret attack. Some of the soldiers from the northern kingdom sneaked behind the army of Judah. So not only were there many more of their enemy, but they were also surrounded by them.
Good grief.
The men of Judah cried out to the Lord for his help, and he rescued them. The northern kingdom lost over half of their army that day, and some of their cities became part of the southern kingdom.
Wow.
After only 3 years of being the king, Abijah passed away and his son Asa became the king.
Asa must have been the good one.
Yes, he started out very good. After 10 years of peace, something similar happened to what had happened to his dad, King Abijah.
What was that?
An army that was twice as big as Asa's army came to attack them.
Were they giants?
No.
Oh, you said they were twice as big.
Oh, I meant the number of them. The Ethiopian army had 1 million men in it, and Asa's army had 580,000.
So 1,000,000 is more than 580, whatever it was?
580,000. Yes, 1,000,000 is almost double. It's like Beulah having 10 cookies, and you have only 6 cookies with a piece broken off of one of them.
Oh, I bet she asked Steffi to be generous and give her all her cookies. What kind of cookies are they, Miss April?
Billy, you realize that was just an example to show how many more warriors the Ethiopians had compared to King Asa, right?
Oh, right. I clean forgot we were talking about soldiers.
We have living cookies for snack today, though.
Oh, okay. Let's hurry up and get the lesson over with. Let's hurry and learn a whole big bunch about King Asa, which I really want to do. A whole big bunch. What did King Asa do?
He prayed and asked God to help them, and he did. Not only did they win the battle, but they also got a lot of sheep and camels from their enemies.
Oh, sheep. I remember what you said about that stingy guy Nabal and how you get wool from sheep. They could get their mammas to knit them some socks and sweaters with their fur.
Their fleece, yes. After the battle, a prophet named Azariah came and told Asa that if he would continue to seek the Lord and follow his commands, then God would be with him.
Oh, that's a no-brainer. Who wouldn't want God to be with them?
Well, we have the same choice today. We can follow God and be blessed too, just like the offer that was made to Asa.
Oh, so if you do what God says to do, you won't ever have nothing bad happen to you?
No, it doesn't mean that. Bad things can still happen, just like the huge army that came against Asa and the people of Judah wasn't good. But when we rely on and trust in God, He takes care of us and works things out to ultimately be for our good.
Like getting all them camels and sheep?
Yes. After hearing what the prophet Azariah said, Asa was encouraged to do some really good things.
Like what?
He began cleaning out all the idols throughout the kingdom of Judah, and he restored the altar of the Lord, and gathered all the people together to make a sacrifice to God, along with a promise to him.
Like a pinky promise?
Well, a promise to follow God and His ways. He even removed his grandmother from her position of honor as the Queen Mother. She could no longer sit on her throne.
Oh, he took his mama off her throne? That don't sound good. Didn't you say we were supposed to honor our moms and dads and our grandparents?
Yes, we are. But Asa's grandmother wasn't a follower of God like your grandma, Miss Pearline. Asa's grandmother was an idol worshiper, just like her husband, King Rehoboam, had been.
That ain't good.
No, Asa had the idol cut down and burned.
Oh, I bet she didn't knit him no socks after that.
Well, since he was the king, I'm sure he had plenty of people to make him some socks. Because he had done such a good job cleaning up the land of Judah, God gave Asa peace from all his enemies for 25 years.
Oh, that's nice.
Because God was blessing Asa, great numbers of people from the northern kingdom moved to the southern kingdom of Judah. This must have made King Baasha very upset.
Who's King Baha?
Baasha. He was the next king over the northern kingdom after Jeroboam's family was replaced. He probably came to attack Judah because so many people were moving there.
Well, Asa shouldn't have been scared because God had already helped him fight all those Ethan Antilopians.
Ethiopians.
Right. Since God helped him fight all of them, He could help him with the northern guys too.
Yes, you would think that King Asa would have remembered that and trusted God like he had 25 years earlier when the army with 1 million soldiers was defeated.
You mean he didn't?
No. Instead, he took some gold and silver from the temple and from his own house and gave it to the king of Syria so that he would help them.
Oh, goodness. He took gold from the temple?
Yes, God sent a prophet to remind King Asa how he had helped them win against a much larger army. He also told Asa that the Lord looks throughout the earth for opportunities to show how strong he is and to help those who are loyal to him.
Oh, that's good. You reckon he still does that?
Yes, the Bible says that God doesn't change. He's as reliable today as he was in King Asa's time.
Did King Asa realize he messed up?
No. When the prophet told him that since he had not trusted in God, that he would no longer have peace with their enemies, Asa got angry at the prophet and had him put in prison.
Oh, no.
4 years later, King Asa got a disease in his feet, and rather than asking God to heal him, he trusted in doctors who were unable to cure him. Asa died 2 years later.
Good grief.
Just like Solomon, Asa started out great, but didn't finish very well. And that's something we can learn from King Asa's mistake.
Don't go to the doctor if you get something wrong with your feet.
No, Billy. It's okay to go to the doctor when we have an ailment, but we should also pray and realize that it's ultimately God who heals us.
All right. Is the lesson to not take silver and gold from the temple to pay somebody to help us?
Well, the real problem was that Asa relied on the doctors and the king of Syria rather than God. We should always trust God to help us with every problem and in every battle.
Like a dance battle?
No, like a sickness, or when we're sad, or when we're feeling anxious or afraid. There are many different types of battles we can face, but God is able to rescue us from all of them.
Like a passing math class battle?
Sure, God can help us with any problem we have. Another thing we can learn from King Asa's life is how we need to begin and end well. In 1 Corinthians, the Bible compares our life to a race and says that we need to finish the race well. Do you understand what that means?
We shouldn't be like the bunny.
The bunny?
You know, the bunny that took a nap during the race. We should be more like the turtle.
Oh, you must be talking about the children's story, The Tortoise and the Hare. That's a story to teach how we shouldn't be overconfident in our abilities and that we need to work steadily to reach our goals.
Oh.
The Bible's analogy of a race means that we should follow God our whole life. We should trust God to take care of us no matter what problem we may face.
Oh, okay.
The best way to finish well is to stay close to God. That means doing things like praying and reading the Bible every day.
Oh, speaking of reading the Bible, where do you reckon we could read about all these kings we've been learning about?
The books of 1st and 2nd Kings.
Oh.
Also, the books of 1st and 2nd Samuel have the stories about King Saul and King David, who were anointed kings by the prophet Samuel.
I'm going to start reading about them.
That's great. Are you ready for lemon cookies now?
Oh, yes. We're finishing our class well.
Yes, we are.